We're on live. Okay, welcome back. Energy Boom 101. We are going to do a little tour of Boom U today. So we're going to probably do, this first show is going to be Boom U and Bloom U. And by the way, check this out to the right. President Bourne's house. Sits on the board of directors of Continental Resources. I say that every time, and I've never even researched that, but it doesn't matter. Flying co-pilot with me today, Benji, in the house right there. We're going to do a nice tour of Boom U, and I'm going to show you some of the glorious autumn explosion that's occurring. I know you guys can't pick it up, but right now we got Meatloaf's 2 Out of 3 Ain't Bad, which is an unbelievable song. It's on KOMA, just a little promo there for KOMA, our favorite station. Here's a good shot. President Bourne's house right there. It's in bloom. Swinging over here to the left, you're going to see some interesting shaped buildings. That's an extension to the Fred Jones Art Museum. It's pretty nifty. You folks ought to go in there. Some amazing impressionistic art. Speaking of art, off to the left here in just a second, you're going to see my example of what's really not boom and bloom, but appears to be a somewhat raw version of a winged lady in a crouched position to receive. That's all I can say. You can come by and see it yourself. There it is right there. Boom! Boom number 1. All right, we're swinging down here. We've got, this is the music building, and those are weeping willows. The Catholic Music Center right there. It's majestic. A lot of great concerts there. I think that's the old Sarkey's Energy Center, maybe. I had a physics class there, I think, my freshman year. And we're now coming into sort of the heart of Boom U. You've got some really nice architectural continuity here. A lot of probably, I don't even know what the style would be. Let's call it a territorial brick. That was a huge one. A lot of color, a lot of life, a lot of vibrancy. As we tour Boom U, I'm going to give you a nice little overview of exactly what I think will be in store for Boom U for the next 10 years. That's a lot of money from the energy sector. Notice this, they're building. They're always building their Boom U. Right in. Here's some of the beautiful blues, plums, yellows. They're all over the campus. And Benji, if you don't mind, we'll take a left here at Lindsay. We're going to give you just sort of the nice grid tour of Boom U. Okay, so we read this lovely report from the International Energy Agency, based out of Paris, I think. I don't know, but apparently they know what they're talking about, and they released their global energy outlook for about the next 30 years, and it's a very nice, huge overview of what they expect to happen in the energy world. Now we're going to get a good swing shot right here, Boom U. Coming on. Great shot there, Benji. Look at this, folks. We want to show you this lovely tree right there. We'll pass it slowly. It's right now it's holding its yellows very well. It's starting to delicately release its reds. And get ready for an explosion from Boom U. Did you catch any of the colors? We're now, by the way, at 7 subscribers. And we're looking to get 17 by 2030. Okay, this is one of the best parts of Boom U when you come to the crosswalks. Lots of kids there waiting to cross by. You see that little surreptitious camera right there. Gaylord Hall, of course, after the famous Gaylord family that started the Oklahoman, which is a newspaper we use here on Energy Boom 101 to excavate information to report on this glorious boom. Now, talk about boom. You're going to get a boom shot right here, and that's Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. Gaylord family, by the way, Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, where the big Boom U puts the boom on many a team that comes into town. Bobby Boom Stoops U's getting it done. If you take a left here, that would be great. We're going to swing you past some great statues of some Heisman winners here at Boom U. New students. I'm sure it has all the amenities. Heading to we're swinging around here. This is a great shot here. This is a new, I say new, happened about 5 years ago probably. Little extension to the stadium, to Boom Stadium. And this was actually the original athletic buildings that were built back in the 80s. You might remember a few switcher stories from them. Here we are approaching the bronze statues of the 5 Heisman winners at Boom U. We got Sammy Ballgame right here coming up, and there's Sammy Bradford. Boom right there, gushing up one. We got Jason White right there out of Telephone. Boom, number 2. We got Billy Vessels right there. Boom, number 3. We got Stephen Owens right there. Boom, number 4. You're finishing up with Billy Sims. he's got 5 gushers at Boom U, and you're about to get the Boom U water tower, which is a great one. But let's continue the story of what the International Energy Agency said. They reported that, oh, here's a great they reported that for the next 10 years, and by the way, this aligns with what Goldman Sachs reported about, sorry, I have to, I'm sorry, I can't do this. They report here, that was a little mini boom gusher there, about 300 barrels a day, a Mississippi line. For the next 10 years, the International Energy Agency agrees with, by the way, a Goldman Sachs report concerning Bakken, which is also to be 10 years. OPEC will lose, it's this simple, OPEC is going to lose global oil market share, about 10% of it, over the next 10 years. And the 3 newcomers on the block that are going to gobble up some of that global oil market is going to be the United States, North America actually, so you have Canada, the shale plays that go from Canada down to Mexico, and then the International Energy Agency cites the Brazilian offshore play, which we talked about in an earlier dispatch, which is called the Libra offshore oil field. It's a pre-salt formation, and we're going to talk about why that's risky. But first, swing this out. It's the Mewborn College of Earth and Energy. Wow, look at Boom U's Mewborn College of Earth and Energy. Mewborn, by the way, is an energy company in Oklahoma City, so you can see how energy just sort of works its way through everything. Here's a great shot. Boy, Benji, you brought this right in. There's a great still shot of a bronze booming, what did you call it? Sumac? That's the maple sap sumac right there, tree. By the way, we're only at almost 7 minutes into the hour. I'd tell you what would be nice to do, Benji, is how about take a right on Asp? We'll take the kids right through the heart of Boom U. Campus Corner, prepare yourself. This is a great spot coming up here. Campus Corner, very authentic. Let's see here. Pretty good. We're taking a swing around here. You got Louis off to the left there. Good little spot to hit. Coming off to the right here, you got O'Connell's, legendary little spot. There's the theater right there in Boom U. That's huge. You got a few guys wearing power suits. It's always nice to see them. You got some really tragically hit clubs around here. You got some beautiful people clubs. You got Diamond Dogs, which by the way is Captain Crunch flavored batter. It works for some folks, not for me, but for some folks. Tell you a great place I want to show all the kids. Off to the left here is the Earth. I recommend everyone come to the Earth and get their very good food there. Another beautiful tree right there. Let's go straight if you don't mind, Benji. We're just going to now take you, we're now turning this thing in. This has just gone from Boom U and Bloom U to the Boom and Bloom, because we're now approaching downtown Norman, which is where we want to show you the actual boom itself in bloom. And we also, we're missing a lot of beautiful color here. We're seeing it. We're sweeping it. We're grabbing it. Look at that. Yellows, greens, reds. Those are Lucky Charms cereals, by the way. That's not the actual trees I was talking about. I was talking about the Lucky Charms. If I could finish my report on the International Energy Agency, that would segue perfectly into doing a little checkup on Boom U and Bloom U, and then a little checkup on the Bloom and Boom, which is different. By the way, speaking of the Boom and Bloom, let's start right here. To your left is a house that has been redone. It's for sale by Yeti Design Build. Very interesting. We're going to try and follow them. Looks like they're redoing a lot of houses, doing nice houses, making a profit in the meantime, and that's what it's all about. Oh, there are some glorious colors right here. There is a red exploding. You can peel them, eat them, make orange juice out of them. We will be showing up here to Main Street, and we'll be taking a right if we could, please, Benji. And you're going to see to your left a turquoise building that, in my opinion, is dying for someone to come in. Here we're starting it right here. The Boom and Bloom. You're in downtown Norman right now. We've left campus. We'll talk about the energy report later. You're in downtown Norman. The boom is in bloom. It's happening here. There's still plenty of room to bloom, though. That could be the third show. The room to bloom would be for all your entrepreneurs out there. There's a building right there. You can see it, turquoise. It's incredible. It would be an incredible business. Let's see if we can't get someone local to do something incredible there and continue this lovely little boom and bloom. Now look at this to the right there. I just swang around. Another vacant lot that could be incredible. I understand that's going to be raised down though and turned into a high rise. We'll find out. If so, that would be a huge boom and bloom, but it's not what we'd want to happen necessarily. Now you're getting a good sweeper coming into Norman. There's a lot of color here. We've talked about some of these new places that just opened up. There's Scratch right there. hamburger joint, home of the fatty, and their mascot is a joint. So you need to accept the fact that Energy Boom 101 has two pillars to it. It has crude oil and it has cannabis, and they are the two pillars that are going to create the red, white, and blue renaissance that you're seeing basically happen. And we don't know how long it's going to last, but we think 10 years. Right here in the Boom and Bloom, which is downtown Norman, another great potential. That building would be an amazing 5-story coffee house. Each story, different theme. Boom, different decade from Oklahoma. Boom, boom, what do you think of that? Benji, let's go straight. You know where I want to go. Benji knows what calls us. Just like you have the bells of Boom U, you have, I'm not so sure what I would call it other than the glorious art of the Boom and Bloom. Because remember, Boom U is OU, and the bells of Boom U are campus, but the Boom and Bloom is downtown Norman, and we love to end it on this little glorious signature note, which we're going to tuck in probably right at 15 minutes. As we're idling here at the corner of Porter and Main Street, I want to let you just know that there's a lot that can still happen in downtown Norman. It's still a fresh palette for expression of creative capitalism. We can only encourage people to come here and check it out. As soon as we pass this intersection, I'm going to show you what I think might be the best potential for a business location in downtown Norman, because it's probably going to be relatively inexpensive and has incredible potential. And that'll be up here to the right. But in the meantime, let's finish off that International Energy Agency report. In a nutshell, kids, they say that over the next 10 years, solid, no doubt about it, they think. And even OPEC, by the way, has sent their own report out agreeing with this. And we got noise pollution. Watch this. We'll take. Oh, did you see that? Worked perfect. But I like the little bit of the Harley in the background. That's a little bit of the bumble of the boom. We want to hear that. But we do want to complete the report. Remember this. For the next 10 years, it looks like OPEC's share of the global oil market will be eroded, and the advantage will be given to North America. And that's where we are right now, is in North America, believe it or not. And places like Norman, Oklahoma, any college town where there's energy research going on is probably going to be booming for 10 years. Now, does it last longer than that? Who knows? That's the beauty of a boom. I think we've decided, and we've got the green light now, so prepare yourself. We're coming up to this incredible building. By the way, another Energy Boom 101 subsection campus. Right here, for rent. And it goes on forever. I'd rather you make it a coffee house, but we are making our way slowly toward the completion of what I feel has been a really good, solid, and I think this is probably dispatch 27, and we're going to call it the Boom U and Bloom U that ended the Bloom and Boom. And you learned that basically, in a nutshell, the United States should probably knock the socks out of the energy game for the next 10 years. And places like OU are going to reap the benefits financially. And then you hope that they reseed the cosmos. Speaking of reseeding the cosmos, here it is. I'm stunned. What do we call this other than the portal to the other sphere? There it is. It's the portal to the other sphere. And Benji's going to do it again. He's going to wind this thing down. On the following note, I would go long U.S. energy. By the way, check the records. Warren Buffett just invested an enormous amount of money in ExxonMobil, which is the most broad sweeping bet on American energy you'll ever find. Check the records. We're going to sign out. We're hitting 14 minutes. We're in a vortex spin. I don't know if we can hold it any longer. This has been Energy Boom 101 from Benji and Tom. We're out. 3, 2, 1, boom.